Well, welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about finding a niche. I promise you the next video we're actually going to really get into it, but today I'm kind of explaining the basics or the foundations that you guys kind of need to kind of do anything at this point. So, finding a niche. There's two you can go into, but we're going to go into that later. Basically, you can find anything you want. It doesn't have to be like services. Um, it can be fit for your own good. If you guys don't know like anything to find or like what you want to kind of look for, literally chat GPT, just look up for anything. Literally, you can look up niches for service, you can look up niches for like video editing, whatever you kind of want to do. You just have to find this first, because without that you guys won't have a business to start with. So that's basically the first most important thing before you start. Find a niche. Literally, I can tell you guys, I can basically build you guys a thing on next video just from start to finish. I think that's what I'm going to do, is basically build you guys a full like functioning web page, like service slash business, and then you guys can kind of like see how it goes. So it's something that you like, or like, and niches don't be anything specific. You guys can do TikTok shop, like anything that you guys like or enjoy, or you like watch a lot of, or you guys just see it out there. Just try it. Like literally, just do it. And again, it doesn't service or product. Whatever you guys like, do it, and then try it out. If it's your first business, most often than not, it might fail, but you guys will learn a lot from it. So literally, just look at things that you like or you want to try. Once you figure this whole part out up here, there's two options that you can go. There's two routes. You can basically go either the service route or you can go the product route. We'll go here. Create your own product. It's 10 times harder, but also you have to understand that if it is harder to get into, that means there's less people doing it. So your chances of failure are higher, but also if you do make it, you guys will have a really good like kind of like point to be at, because a lot of people can't make products or like find products and do them. And I'm not talking about make a Shopify product or like find it on AliExpress and make it and whatever. Like you can physically make your own product, like your own labeling, tags, all that stuff. And I can get into that whole thing like in a separate video, because it's a lot of work if you want to do this thing. But again, it's a harder barrier to entry, and you will make more money if your product does make it. You'll make more money. It'll be really hard to like copy. You don't have to much stuff. You don't have to put in more work. Once this thing gets set up, you're basically like good. You don't have to do much off of that. So you either go the create product route, and then at that point, once you create a product, you're gonna have to basically create the ads for it, and the website, because without that you can't sell anything basically, if you don't have or a website, or you can do vice versa. It just kind of depends. If you make a product and you want to do like Amazon FBA for it, you can do it. You don't really site per se, but you do have to kind of create ads for it to be pushed out. TikTok shop, create a product and be in like that creator place, and then from this point, once you do create a product on TikTok shop, which I would recommend you guys do that instead of like trying to do on Shopify. You could do it either or both ways. But if you want to do it on TikTok shop, you then can get like creators or anyone that posts videos, and then give them like a percentage or money basically for selling each item. That's kind of how TikTok shop works. And I can go into TikTok shop like basically after that, because it's a long thing. I'll make a whole video on this whole thing, like creating products, TikTok shop, all that. Yeah, so basically at that point, once you guys create the product, you basically have to create either ads or a website for it to sell. And that's pretty much it. I'm just going to tell you guys the basics today, because this is a whole subject that will take like 15, 20 minutes to explain all of this and like go step by step. I think that's what I'm going to do for you guys. It's just because I don't know what to do after this. Like, yeah, you can create a product, you can create anything you want, but the hard part is this, is like creating the ads and like the website that's going to correlate to like kind of what you're selling and all that stuff. So that's going to come up probably not the next video. The next video, what I want to talk about, because I've done both, so I kind of know like both fields. But create a service, honestly, it's the easiest thing to do. You can create a service today and literally start making money from it tomorrow. It's the same, but products are a little bit like you have to do more research intensive stuff. With service, I'm actually going to give you a free. I'm going to teach you guys. I'm going to create a service for you guys next video from A to Z. Just everything you guys need to know, how to start, how you're going to sell it, all that stuff is really easy to me, at least for me. I know how to like create things. I've been doing it for a while. So creating a service is super easy. Now, with that being said, when you do create a service, there's an easier barrier to entry. So anyone can do it. That's why it's not the hardest thing in the world. Literally, if you make a marketing service, for example, I'll show you guys more about this whole thing after. But if you do make a marketing service, I'm pretty sure most of you guys have seen people that have made a marketing service. Now, what is going to make you stand out or be different than all these hundreds of marketing services, So that's why it is easier to get into. But once you do get into it and you guys start like rolling, it'll take you. If you guys have a momentum, this is also really easy, because creating a service, yeah, you have to do you do have to make updates and stuff like that to it, but it's mostly been made. Like there's not really a niche new service, if that makes sense. So for me, I like creating services. It's really simple. And this is when it comes to the next part over. So if you do create a service, all you have to do, this is how I kind of finds, start locally. Like literally, I'm pretty sure you guys live all in a city, town, whatever it is. Start locally. Literally go business to business. That's what I did at the beginning. My first client was like 2 days in to my actual thing when I started it. It was the marketing business that I started. 2 days in, I started locally to each shop, and I guarantee you there's around like, if you're in a small city, I don't know, maybe like 7 shops. Like, now I'm talking about super small. In a normal city, there's thousands of businesses in like a 20-mile radius. So you can start locally, like with mom and pop shops. Most stores are mom and pop shops, so they are more than willing to work with you. So if you do that, come up with an offer. I'm gonna go into like the whole thing, like creating a service from start to finish, and kind of like going from there in the next video, because it's going to take me a little while. But I'm going to give you like the general overall. Start locally, literally go from like mom and pop shops. And at the beginning, it's intimidating. You are basically going into a shop that you don't know as well. Now some of you probably visit these shops a lot. I don't know, maybe like get creatine, or you get like products from a shop like often. So maybe they're the better option to go into first. But go in there, and I know people are new. A lot of you guys are new. So what you could do is that you can offer 3 things. You can either offer, this is kind of what I did. You can either offer an amount that the store has to pay you for selling products. So basically you put them on So the start is you offer them your service. So if you offer a service, let's say you're offering marketing, you're going to have the 3 things. So the first one is you take no money unless they get sales. So you guys can kind of try it out like that, because some people at the beginning, if you have no sort of like traction or you've never done a client before, you have nothing to go off of. So what you could do is basically ask these people like, hey, I can do your marketing for you. Every time you get a sale, every time you get something, you guys will kind of get a percentage of that sale. So like, let's say you get 10% of every sale that you basically sell for this company. That's how you kind of get your foot in the door. If they're kind of like no and they're kind of iffy about it. And also, this is your first client, so this is the best option to go with. Most people are not going to trust anyone with like zero kind of experience. So the 10% off of every sale that you get them is a better option, because they don't lose anything in a sense, and then you kind of gain knowledge and all this other stuff. So that's kind of good. The second thing is that you can put them on a retainer. Now, retainers, you're gonna have to kind of show work that like, hey, this is what I've created for other companies. I can boost up your sales, whatever it is. So you can put them on retainers. Honestly, if you are good at your job and you kind of know what you're doing and you're not new to any of this, you can put them like on a 4K to 5K retainer every month, just to run for them. For me, it honestly, it kind of wasn't the best, but I was charging a 2.5K. It was like literally my first ever like job I was doing for someone. So I didn't have the confidence, but I kind of got the retainer. So yeah, I did it. And then, yeah, so literally it was just getting 2.5K, but obviously you're going to have to do their marketing and everything else that goes along with it. The third thing is you guys can get paid per job. So let's say you want to set up their ads, for example, like you want to set up their ads and you want to set up a, I don't know, like website, like you want to better their website and you want to do that stuff. You can like charge them anywhere from like $500 to like $1,000 just to kind of do this stuff. Now again, this thing can lead to this. So if you are trying to run some ads for the people and you make them a website, you can eventually get it to the retainer part. But for you guys to gain traction, any traction at all, honestly, start with a 10%, kind of like free thing for them, but you get 10% off of every sale, just so you guys can also try it as well. Because at the very beginning, unless you're really good, you guys are really good at talking. Retainers, other ones, a little bit more difficult because you guys have no knowledge of like stuff to do that. So yeah, but yeah, 10% you can get retainers or buy a job. But this thing is super important. Start locally or start with people that you guys know. I'm pretty sure you guys know one person that owns a business and they would be willing to give you the 10% off of every sale that they get. So start like that, just get like some momentum, learn about like what you're going to do, and then kind of from there. So yeah, you get an offer. Once that's kind of done or like rolling, you get your first client. From there, see what works. Literally, from your, you guys are going to learn a lot. Different people want different things. People want different offers. That's how it kind of works. So from there, just see what works, and then basically you can start scaling it. Once you get your first client and you actually see results, at that point you can go crazy. Like at this point, you can scale to 10 plus clients a month. Just from the thing right here, basically shows you, like insight wise, data wise, all that stuff. This thing right here will propel you to crazy amounts. Now, I don't recommend you guys do this. There is AI things you guys can use now, and I'm going to tell you guys all about that in the next video, basically on how to create like your company from scratch and just all this stuff in more depth. But there's other things that you guys can do. to like lighten the workload, but at this point you kind of don't need that. You're literally just one person, and you guys should definitely learn about everything like marketing has to offer. And there again, there is ChatGPT, so learn. For example, let's say that you want to do marketing specifically for, let's say you want to do marketing specifically for real estate. Okay, so let's do like real estate, real estate. Or actually, for me, I just did stores. So let's just say that you do want to do marketing for stores. Okay, if you're going to do marketing for a store specifically, what you're going to have to do is that you're going to have to learn about that store's niche. If that store is a beauty store, for example, mine was a med spa, you're going to have to learn everything about this. You're going to have to learn like what customers, like what age customers. That's an important one, because without that, you basically can't sell anything. So like the beauty, for example, the customers were in the age range of 35 to like 60. Not a lot of stores have that niche. Like some people just don't have that audience. They have different things. So you're gonna have to learn what customers do they get, what type of product are they even selling? Like, is the beauty products for this thing? Is it for skin? Is it for that, and that? So just get familiar with the stores that you're going to and actually selling. That's also a thing that should, before you like kind of go locally, look up stores that basically that you're going to go to. Just so you have some knowledge and you can talk to them and be like, hey, listen, I know you sell pizza. I can help you guys get more customers because this isn't that. Like your pizza is this price and the people around you are this, and just be knowledgeable about the stores that you're going into, because it's kind of how you close deals. So yeah, the store, make sure you know things about the store, like what customers they get, how you're going to advertise it, market it, all that stuff. Now, for beauty stores, for example, they want more appointments in the door, right? So when you are doing something for more appointments and not kind of selling products, you can basically get them bookings. So where this retainer comes into play, like let's say it's 10%. Let's say 10% of every customer that walks in and spends money, you'll get 10% of basically that. So you guys can do stuff like that where you're gaining 10% of, if the customer walks in and spends stuff, you get 10% of that thing, and vice versa. So just, this is a little bit more in depth of my next video, but in the grand scheme of things, literally just like a quick thing. And then also I can send you guys this on Insta. So if you want, you guys can follow my Insta. It's Ty. I don't even know my own Insta, but it's Ty. I'm pretty sure it's Ty.HOSN, if I'm not mistaken. You'll see in the link and also like in my YouTube banner, but I'll put in the link. So basically the whole grand scheme of things is basically finding a niche. I can send you guys this as well. Finding something that you like, or something that you're good at, and then what you want to try. Once you find that niche, either you can create a product or you guys can create a service. And again, my next video is going to be more in depth on this specific topic because I've done this multiple times. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what to do. But yeah, and then you start locally with your product / offer. You either offer like 10% or whatever you guys can do, kind of like a free thing. If a customer walks in, they give you that 10%. And there's a retainer, and then there's like per job. And then with that, like look into the stores that you're going into, what customers they have. And then from there, you kind of see what works and scale. And then it's kind of the same concept with the product. So create a product, then create the ads for it. And again, next video is going to be more in depth. I think I can split these into two parts, like creating a service and then creating a product, and then go from there. And I'll show you guys from start to finish how to kind of do it. And then from that point, you just kind of see what works and you scale. And then it's kind of that simple. But it's just getting the momentum and kind of moving from here to these things. Because once you're at this point right here, it's how badly you want it. This point right here is how badly do you want to go outside and do what this thing is, or what this thing is. Like, that's what you want to do. And honestly, in the first month that I was doing this, I instantly reached around, I had 4 clients. So I was around like 8 to 10K. So like anything is honestly possible as long as you guys put in the work and you find something that is necessary to a business or that's necessary to a person or people. And then at that point, you guys can just scale from there. So yeah, that's basically all of that. Again, my link's in the bio if you guys do want to ask me questions. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.